What's good, YouTube? Hey man, we back at it again with another reaction video. Like I told y'all in the previous video, it's 12:40 now. Another video. This one is called 10 Strange Small Towns in America that are likely a parallel universe. Now, if you don't know what a parallel universe is, like, you know, say it's two Earths, right? One, the Earth we on right now, and then the other Earth is gonna be another person of you, but he's totally different. Different lifestyle, different everything. That's basically the parallel universe. You know what I'm saying? But shout out Most Made Top 10, man. They videos always be, I like their videos. And if y'all wanna ever watch these videos by yourself, most of these Most Made Top 10 videos, you know what I'm saying? But let's get straight into it.
If this were a parallel universe, my shirt would be real. But it's not. Let's get into it. Starting off our list today with the Republic of Molossia, a 1.3-acre micronation near Daytona in Nevada. While this micronation, brought to life by the mind of Kevin Baugh, does claim sovereignty, it has yet to receive recognition from any of the 193 member states of the United Nations. Why is that? Well, because the Republic of Molossia is not actually real. Well, I mean, it is real, but in the sense that it exists, not in the sense that it's recognized as its own state with the authority to govern itself. The unrecognized town, or state if you're Kevin Baugh, is based off of the movie The Mouse That Roared, as well as Baugh's time serving in the military. The national drink of Molossia is called the Molossalini, and it's a non-alcoholic mixture of Sprite, grenadine, and pineapple juice with a garnish of cherries, banana slices, and pineapple. As for the town's currency, it's Valora, the currency issued by the Bank of Molossia. It comes in coins of 1, 5, 10, and 30 with an exchange rate to US dollars of 80 cents per $1 Valora dollar. Pillsbury chocolate chip cookie dough, however, is worth 5 Valora, so do with that information what you will. This town is truly a fever dream. Next up, we've got Green Bank, West Virginia, the no-tech town that is definitely not watching this video right now because, well, they have no tech. Green Bank is a national radio quiet zone, meaning that anything that puts out radio frequencies such as radios, television, computers, broadcasting, mobile phones, microwaves, and pretty much all other electronics are strictly banned from the town. Not only is this a very real law, the enforcement of the law is very real as well. The town has something called radio police, who go around using specialized equipment to detect signals coming from unauthorized electronics. They seriously aren't messing around. Now, if you're wondering what possible reason could there be for this town's strict silent nature, the answer is actually quite simple. Green Bank is home to the Green Bank Telescope, the world's largest fully steerable telescope designed to listen in on radio waves originating from space. Any interference on the ground whatsoever would render it practically useless. Imagine a world in which we bow our heads away from technology in allegiance to a telescope. Or, you know, just go to Green Bank and you don't have to imagine. Next up, we have Tanier, Virginia, located on Tanier Island in the Chesapeake Bay and home to a whopping 463 people, according to a census conducted in 2020. The town, or island if you want to get technical, has been shrinking since the year 1850, and I don't mean just population-wise, I'm talking about land mass as well, which of course directly correlates to a decrease in population, but that's besides the point. It is likely that eventually one day this little island town will need to be abandoned, and that after that the land will disappear altogether. Some of the island's more notable quirks, other than its small population and the fact that it's literally disappearing, are the fact that there is absolutely no alcohol allowed. There is no phone service, and there is only one grocery store. There are surprisingly 2 restaurants, and the residents use golf carts as their primary mode of transportation. Also, for some reason, the residents of this town, located smack dab in the middle of Virginia, USA, speak with a thick Old English accent for some odd reason. Next up, a town with a population of 3 people. Gross. I mean, it must be gross. Gross, Nebraska, that is. There's not much more interesting about this town other than the fact that it's pretty much a ghost town, save the 3 people living there as confirmed by the 2020 census, which I'm sure took days to complete. Of course, this wasn't always the case. At one point in 2010, there were a total of 2 people living in the town.
I just didn't want to add on that, man. I'm like, a population with 3 people? That's super small, bro. That's like, you know, a house on the side of the street in the middle of a town or something, you know. But that's different. But the parallel universe thing, maybe. I don't know. I don't know about that one.
So actually less, under one roof, of course. Take it back even further to 2000, and there was a whopping 5 people living in the town under one roof. A married couple and their children, all under the age of 18. Based purely off of the census readings, I'm gonna go ahead and venture a guess that as soon as they could, the kids moved out and left the town. I don't blame them. Next up, Solvang, California, aka the Danish capital of America. Basically, this town is the Europe of California. The town resides in the Santa Ynez Valley, and stepping into it is like stepping into a world where Europe is warm and just 1 hour away from the California surf. The town originated in 1804 and is, of course, home to a large Danish population. There is a classic folk school in the town that emphasizes lectures, singing, gymnastics, folk dancing, and fellowship. And there's a Danish 14th century Gothic style church. The architecture in the rest of the town is also incredibly Danish and incredibly beautiful. And the best part is, unlike in Denmark, Solvang is practically always warm and sunny. It's truly the best of both worlds, and I imagine the food there is delicious. Next up, forget Sin City. It's Slab City, located in California, USA. Originally, the area was used as a training camp for Marine Corps during World War II. Today, however, the town is the grounds of an alternative lifestyle town that has attracted people from all over the world. The name Slab City comes from the concrete slabs that remained in the area after the Marine training camp was torn down. And the reason it's on this list is because the town is just a bit different from what you and I are likely used to. First of all, the most common source of income in the town is ISS checks, which is just government subsidized income. The main source of electricity is solar panels, and the main form of entertainment is probably just hanging around. There are also some pretty cool art installations around the town, so if you're ever in Cali and you want to get off the grid or step into what might just feel like a parallel universe, go ahead and check it out. And if you've been there before, let me know how it was. Next up, we have the incredibly appropriately named Soda Springs in Idaho, home to hundreds of natural springs, but not just regular natural springs, cool natural springs, because they are free-flowing with carbonated water. Talk about bougie. A dip in a Soda Springs spring would feel like bathing in Perrier. Like in this town, when people say sparkling or still, they aren't actually referring to drinking water, but rather their bodies of water. How cool is that? There is one other thing about the town that I think is worth mentioning, and that is their soda water geyser. Yeah, not only does carbonated water flow through the many springs of the appropriately named town, it also shoots 70 feet up into the air every hour, on the hour, every day, always. And I'll tell you why. In 1973, while drilling for hot water, residents of the town accidentally drilled into a chamber of a highly pressurized carbon dioxide. Instead of hot water, they got cold, fully carbonated water spewing 70 feet into the air. Eventually, after weeks of the geyser continuously going and subsequently flooding the town, it was capped, making it the world's only capped geyser. As I mentioned, the cap is open every hour on the hour, so as long as you're in the town for more than 60 minutes, you'll get to tell your friends that you saw the OG Soda Stream. Next up, we have Casey, Illinois, home to a lot of big things for some reason. By that I mean the town is filled with giant, supersized roadside attractions, including these big antlers, this big anvil, a big bat, a big bird cage, a rather large bookworm, a big cactus, a big crochet hook, a massive ear of corn, a big old glider plane, a giant horseshoe, oversized knitting needles, to say the least, a giant mousetrap, a big old nail puzzle, a big pencil, big piggy bank, a big pizza slicer, a giant rocking horse, a big spinning top, a large wooden token, a big yardstick, and of course my personal favorite, a big taco. That's a big list. Next up, we have Gibtown, which was once the go-to retirement town of choice for old carnival workers and was nicknamed the last sideshow town in America. The place was like a carnival on steroids, 365 days a year. There were sword swallowers, Siamese twins, tall men, strong men, fire eaters, bearded ladies, and so much more. The town featured a post office with extra low counters and a beer hall with extra large chairs to accommodate its wide range of residents. At one time, 14,900 people lived in the town, which was also home to 3 factories built to manufacture Ferris wheels and carousels. Fitting. The town followed a strict Carney code and subscribed to the ideal of unconditional love and support for your fellow man, and retirement houses were provided to those in need. It was purposefully kept secret from the public as it was a safe haven for those who decided to call the town home. Today, the town is pretty much abandoned by its former residents, but its history remains incredibly fascinating and thus has earned itself a spot on today's list. And finally, we have San Luis Obispo. Not necessarily the entire town, but definitely part of it. That part being Bubblegum Alley, which honestly is one of the most disgusting things I have ever seen ever. It's literally just an alley covered in discarded chewing gum. And for some reason, people go there on purpose. The alley is 70 feet long and 15 feet tall on either side, and it is also the world's largest collection of used bubblegum. And it is also a giant health hazard and some kind of massive outbreak just waiting to happen. It looks so gross, and looking at it makes me feel gross. But hey, if I had to, you have to. If you've been here before, let me know down below in the comments, but honestly, I really hope you haven't, because
man, Bubblegum Alley, I don't know about that. That shit look nasty. I ain't gonna care. But man, well, I got one more video, bro. It's like I'm fighting it, bro. I'm fighting it. If I'm recording the other one, y'all know, man. I'll see y'all in the next one, man. Excuse me.